and then we'll spin the wheel.
Well, first and foremost, I think that I shall start things off right tonight.
Okay.
By saying, Dark Tempress, you dumb cunt. I know who you are, and I know your real name.
$100.
Ease off
It's
before you get yours.
Don't do that.
Motherfucker boy.
Hello all. This is one of my favorite clips lost in time. The many retarded artists will not have the brain capacity to remember this beautiful clip. I've shows this before on my original channel that Dave and his merry band of idiots got taken down because the truth is just too much. So for you, the people, and mainly you Nikki Nines, I will explain this moment in history. Monetize this 100. Over 6 years ago. As many of you Scott-obsessed creeps will know, this is the on-screen debut of Scott. He was not a streamer, he didn't do shows, he didn't make content. He was a Joe Cronin listener and had just made the infamous cake video. Less than 10 minutes into the show, again for the morons, before Scott was ever brought up, your innocent Emperor Dave Rosenblum threatened one of Joe's fans in the chat that he knows his real name. He knows who he is, and then threatened that person. I want Nikki, Fatmouth Ken, or any of the reality-denying losers to explain how Scott was the one who started with real names or threats. This is your supposed friend Dave doing exactly what you all complain about before Scott was a fixture in your community. And are we really supposed to think Monetize This 100 was the first time he did this? Perhaps Joe could answer that for us. By this time Dave is an established co-host for Joe Cronin, yet he wants all of you autistic twats to believe that Scott was the one who started it all and would threaten people in chats just over words. Words, Dave. I present the evidence, and you come to your own conclusions. Let's continue.
It just, dude, there's nothing else. Like, people... It's too serious, because if somebody talks about Dave, Dave's gonna fucking get pissed at some point and fucking find their information. Same with fucking Scott, same with fucking...
Whoa. So are you calling Dave a doxer?
I mean, let's be honest, dude. He put some stuff out there. Let's be fucking fair.
Let's just have fun.
Let's be fair.
So you're taking a shot here at Dave Rose this
That
morning.
is not taking a shot. That's the fucking truth.
Incredible.
It's the fucking truth.
Well,
what the
Dave,
fuck happened?
you are on the call.
You get to choose who you do and do want to deal with.
Jimmy
Like
Buffett
Dave.
died,
So here's why I could deal with Dave instead of fucking Scott. I don't have to worry about Dave losing his fucking shit on me one day because I didn't answer a fucking phone call. Like, I don't have to worry about fucking Dave fucking getting...
But you never win at Dave like you win at Scott or you win at Joe, though.
Yeah, but Dave never did
If you win at fucking Dave like you win at Scott, Dave would have done the same fucking shit.
I'm sure. I fully believe... No, I have no doubt on that. I
mean, let's call it what it is, bro. Let's just be real about it.
Yeah, back then,
I mean, it's only the way it is because you're cool with these people.
No, I'm not saying it's not. That is 100% true. I'm not denying that whatsoever. But Dave never went at any of us before like that, like Scott went at everyone when I first came here, and that's where that all came from. Like, this all fucking started because Scott was such a fucking cunt to everyone, especially you, my best friend.
First and foremost, I must give a lot of credit to Mars. You showed some true backbone by speaking the honest truth of the reality. Nikki admits he knows what Dave really is. That's your so-called friends, Dave, both speaking the truth of what you really are. A pussy-ass bitch who is filled to the rafters with insecurities and can't handle simple words or truth from someone, and when triggered enough will resort to trying to assemble the littlest bit of power you think you have online by threatening or outright doxing people, innocent people, or businesses. There are so many different examples of you doing this to individuals over the years. I can't even name all of them. You'll do it to people's family members too. If Nikki had gone at you like he did Scott, you would have done all your same tactics you did to countless others to him. Instead of emailing Nikki's info to Scott anonymously, you would have proudly displayed all of it yourself. I can tell you all the real reason the likes of Nikki or Fat Mouth Ken tolerate Dave, prop him up, make endless bullshit excuses for him. It's because they both know, Ken especially, that all the private messages they've had over the years with Dave are all subject to being shown or put out. Private information isn't their concern, although with Dave that also wouldn't be off the table. And you can bet your sorry twat-ass Nikki9 that if you actually grew a spine and really spoke the truth on Dave, the ones you love most names would come out. You know. Dave knows it. They can sit there and pretend like Dave is some normal person. Nikki, you know for a fact that if Dave didn't have years of private messages with you stored up, he would be the exact type of person you'd shit all over and make fun of. You endlessly make fun of Scott, who lives a life, has a good job, real friends, does things in his actual life, works out, on and on. But you seriously think you wouldn't ruthlessly bash Dave for being a 43-year-old low-life idiot who lives in daddy's home in a retirement community, who was jobless for years before COVID and after? Who hasn't touched a woman in years? Speaking of women, Dave, I wonder what Nikki T would think your comments about her the other day. The poor woman you bamboozled and catfished to come to Canada. Trying to use that as a flex? She came to you 3 times? Okay, Dave, then what happened to her? Why did she leave you and never speak to you again? Could it be she saw what you really are? Exactly what everyone knows you are.
Thank you, my little assistant. I'll take it from here. Nikki T saw exactly what you are, Dave. A waste of human breath on this planet. Nikki9's, I understand why you and the likes of Fat Fucking Mouth Ken prop up Dave. Really, I understand. You're too invested now. If you spoke the actual truth on Dave, it would show that you've been bullshitting this entire time, and all the times you made excuses for him. It would show the fake friendships. You'll deny that, and that's okay. You have to for the narrative, but you already know the truth. It's always a baffling form of hypocrisy when you'll sit there complaining about everything Dave does, but will shift all the blame onto Scott and act like Dave's the innocent one and just some normal guy. Why? Because Dave can feign a fake friendship behind the scenes with you. The only reason Dave cling to you, Fat Fucking Mouth Ken, and Mars's balls the way he does is because you're all not retards like the rest. Your words hold a bit of weight because you're semi-normal people. So when you entertain the sick fuck and prop him up, you see how giddy Dave gets. Like a schoolgirl. You do it to fuel his obsession over Scott. And it is an obsession. Let's continue.
You know,
Well,
again,
you do have
we got Jacob here. Like, why don't you just be on a call? You know,
You do have the
what?
autistic head though, Dave, so I don't know.
The what?
I have an autistic head. So you have some sort of document that proves you're.
Fucking
You were the
document.
one saying that. You were the one saying that.
No, but seriously, like, don't throw that word around.
Autistic head tilt. Autistic head tilt. Autistic head tilt. Autistic head tilt. Autistic head tilt.
On the complete excuses and bullshit Dave Rose was given about Dox and Simo's workplace, he had every excuse in the book when he's done the worst of the worst when it comes to that situation, and literally tried to get the guy fired from his job. When I called as myself to talk to Simo about why he's doing the things he's doing, not to get him fired. Otherwise, I would have fucking sent his workplace everything that he's done on here. But I didn't do that, did I? But Dave Rose went and put the whole fucking workplace out there. Okay, and he tried to deny it until Scotty Boy found the old fucking pieces of evidence, like always, and put it out there, and then he admits to it now that, oh, but it was only done on Twitter. No. You encourage people to leave negative reviews, not just yourself, about being a shitty cook on Twitter and everything, Dave. You encourage people, and they went to Google, your Shids and everybody else, went to Google, your Spartan Kings, and left those negative reviews to Simo's workplace, and they were deleted. But those reviews were there. I saw them. Simo saw them. Those reviews were there. I actually gave positive reviews to counter those negative ones at that time when me and Simo were friends. Well, I thought we were friends. Dave, you tried your hardest to get that guy's life fucked with. Like you always have tried to fuck with people's lives because that's the only power you possess in life is online, Dave. You started all of this in this community, and you can project it on me all day long, Dave, if that's what helps you sleep at night. The people that are scared of you know the truth, that you started it. The proof is out there, dude. Weed Cottage had all of it until you guys took him down, but he still has it all. Weed Cottage 2.0. Monetize this 100, Dave. Scott's first appearance in this community. Monetize this. Actually, I think it was 99, but regardless, I monetize this 100 is where Dave Rose starts up with his bullshit, threatening Dark Temptress in the chat, and I'm going to keep reminding you of it until it sinks in that you threatened some random troll and their personal information because they simply had words for you, Dave. They're just words on the internet, and you threatened their real life. They were words, Dave. Just like you and Nikki said last night. I'm just on here talking shit. They're just words, people. You threatened that person's real life, Dave. I know everything about you and your information, Dark Temptress, for simply not liking you and disagreeing with your character on a Monetize This show. What does that tell everybody about you, Dave? That you're not just a character. That character that you try to play is really who you are, and you are malicious, and things get under your skin when you're called out for being what you are. And that's fucked up, Dave. And then your way out of it is to project it on the ultimate enemy, Scotty. But why does Scotty have enemies? Because all these autists that are obsessed with Scott start these fights with Scott, and when Scott responds, they're the ultimate victim, like your Casey's Roz is a prime example. And this has been the ongoing theme from day one in Joe's community. Was I a bit of a piece of shit and take it overboard when I was drinking? Yes, I did. But I take accountability for that. Unlike you, Dave. You take accountability for nothing, ever. You have excuses for all your actions. But yet you'll deny that too. So review this all day long on Dromedine or Dave to your same autistic following for hours upon hours upon hours and get your Roost and Chews $20 and your fucking disability checks and keep living that awesome life because that's accomplishing so much. Right, Dave? Oh, the drama. The drama.
Excellent. This is your drama improv.
I must admit I do love hearing Scott spit facts and tell the truth better than anyone can. This type of thing right here is why you won't get on a call with Scott. That goes for you too, Nikki Nines. Both of you cowards make the excuse that Scott will just yell and be belligerent and you won't be able to get a word in. The reality is the opposite. You know Scott will start speaking truth and you have no real counter and you will be the one to get triggered and start yelling like a little schoolgirl. That's why you won't dare get on a call with Scott. God bless you, Scott McKinnon.
Y'all get the gist of it. Jacob
Well,
RP,
make a
we
court
do.
of law. She's great, actually. I saw her a couple weeks ago, but thanks. But anywho,
This was unexpected but yet wonderful. I must thank you, Dave, for confirming Eugenia is your sister and perhaps unknowingly confirming every piece of info I've released on you. It's all correct, Dave. Everything. 3 Maple Court. Innisfil, Ontario. The Simcoe Police Station. Your family. Antonio, Zeke, Beatrice, and lovely Eugenia. On my original channel you got taken down. I had clips of you denying she was your sister or any of this info was correct, but it is all correct. Everything I've ever said was right. Everyone knows it too, Dave. You cannot hide from it. And now, in a glorious turn of irony, the autistic head tilt meme I came up with is also catching fire. You see your childhood photo with the head tilt and you at Simcoe Police Station with that head tilt. You didn't change. Same stupid autistic child. Speaking of that police station, it's often even more ironic to think the one and only time you show yourself outside touching grass you're too stupid to realize you dox yourself. And your good friend Mars never even edited that out. It's not as funny as when you showed your screen and typed 3 letters into your search bar and showed us all Sandikar's friends and neighbors. Ultimately ended up doxing yourself completely. Ha 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 ha. Good times, Dave. IT. Genius for sure. You'll continue to obsess with your merry band of autists over a man you cannot beat. The likes of Nikki Nines and fat fucking mouth Ken will keep fueling your obsession, and propping you up. Keeping you at arm's length. Tolerating you so you don't do what you do and reveal all sorts of goodies those 2 scumbags have been up to over the years, boys? They'll keep their fake as fuck friendship with you and pretend you're just some normal guy, but again everyone, and I mean everyone, sees the truth. You cannot and will not hide from it. Until next time. May God bless motherfucking Scott McKinnon. And Dave. Stay fearful.
Why don't you go criticize all the Muslims who are fucking marrying 9-year-olds and fucking them? You know, you want to fucking, talk about underage girls? Talk about that. Don't talk about a 16-year-old who looks like a fucking 19-year-old and fucks like a fucking 30-year-old, okay? I'm sorry, like,